Hello, hello, hello. Why did the music stop? We're bopping along in here. What's going on, everybody? Hi. Happy Friday. Welcome on in. Hellos. How are we doing? Hi. Hello. What's going on, Country Bell? How we doing? Thank you for the 13 months as well, my dude. Thank you, Pooch. What's going on? Hello, JJ Bird. Hello, Lunar. What's going on? Amy. Hi. My friends on the YouTube side, do me a solid. Click that little cheeky like button. You know, super sweet to do. Helps me out a bunch and also helps the VOD watchers. Woo, go flip to VOD watchers. How we doing? So I had a realization this morning. I've updated to 26.1.2, not to be confused with 26.2 snapshots. 26.1.2 that came out. It was 26.1. Then snapshots for 26.2 came out, and then snapshots for 26.1.2 came out, and I'm on 26.1.2 release candidate or release. Not, yeah. Numbering is really easy. All of our update numbers in Minecraft super easy to follow now. Very in tune with the new system. I'm very in the know right now. It's working great. But I had a realization of there's a bug in my texture pack because of it. And then also with that, there's also a potential advantage that we can have from the texture pack. I have a Photoshop window open right now that I need to fix something. But Minecraft made it so now every single, yeah, Liz, there's a lot of numbers. How are we doing today? Confused now? Me too. But there's a lot of numbers in the Minecrafting world. And now they've added the ability in texture packs in 26.1 to have pretty much anything be transparent and support transparent pixels from what I could find. Or at least leaf blocks can do it now. So you can have transparency in your leaf textures as you're making them, which is something that can be really cool. I'm just doing a few last files here, and then I can show y'all what I'm doing, just because I got Photoshop open. I'm just cleaning up things, because the way that I realized this was that I had a lot of like 99% erased pixels that weren't showing up when I was building with them in game. But now that it supports transparency, I was noticing pixels just like there in the corner of the leaf blocks that was ruining the shaping that we had done on it. But could be really cool to do some other shenanigans with it. I don't think we'll get into it today because I don't really want to do texture packy stuff, but I kind of want to try like an example of something that we could do. Just get on the game already. It's okay, Slim, it's fine. You can practice patience and deep breathing, and we'll get there when we get there. But it's super cool. I appreciate you being here though. But it's okay to practice patience. Miss May, what's going on? How we doing today?
Nice to meet you.
Was that Goldfish Grandma? Thank you so much for the 1 year. Brand new fall tree in the community. Welcome on in. How we doing? Hi. I'm almost done with this, so then we can get in there and then we can do it. But I think it's something that I'm like, of course, figuring this out the day before I'm going on vacation. So, not too much time to actually mess around with it because I just don't really want to jump into that rabbit hole too much today. But it's something that I think we can do a lot of cool things with. What did I have for breakfast? I had a protein bar and I had a yogurt bowl with dairy-free yogurt and some peanut butter and some cereal and some blueberries. And I had a London Fog tea, a black tea with some oat milk creamer in it. It was quite yummy. And no, that's about it. Why is the chat so wonky today? It's just like throwing a bunch of stuff in there. YouTube, what are we doing? I don't know. It's cool though. I'm almost done with this thing. We'll be done in just a second. So cheeky little likes on the YouTube side. I very much do appreciate it. Let me see. I'm just erasing all the pixels, and then I can show you a before and an after, and it'd be super cool. I don't. Maybe I need to do the cherry too. Oh. I'm on the last one. I don't know if y'all hear all the Windows sounds, but there's a lot of them, so I think I got that muted so you don't hear it, but maybe. Happy Friday, Blue Jay. How we doing? Welcome on in. Hello, hello, hello. I went out with a bunch of the hermits last night, just saying hellos to all of them while they're in Seattle because they're all headed home. So I'm a little sleepy, but it was a good time. Went out to dinner, went out to a bar afterwards with a bunch of them. It was fun. It was good chilling, seeing everybody. Okay, that's the last one. This should work now. Alrighty, you ready for this tech? You ready for this tech that I found? Hi, welcome to the Super Flat World. You want to see this tech right in here? Let me see if I can find an example. Look at that. Look at that in the clouds. Do you see that? This is how I realized that there's a bug in my texture pack. Was I was looking up, and you can see pixels that are like 1% opacity, and they only render when they're like in front of the cloud. Look at, isn't that kind of crazy? But they're like so low opacity, but then you see them when you're down here. You can kind of just see it like interrupting and adding noise to it all. So I think that I just fixed all that. So if I F3T now, it should reload the resource pack, and those should no longer be there if I did it right. Yeah. And you can see also now that this leaf block, you see that? You see this? I think we can have some tech here where we can make our bushy leaves still present, but kind of a little bit back towards being like non-bushiness. I kind of want to try it real quick with our birch ones and see what would happen. But I think we could change the outside bushiness to like 90% opacity, so it's not like fully there. Crazy that you saw that. I know, right? I was just like, let me see. We're gonna actually try this because I'm curious. No, where? Okay. Let's go into here, and we pull in. Okay, so this, if you haven't seen it, because I don't really share this too much, but you can find it in the files. This is what the bushy leaf texture looks like. So if we were to literally just change this down to, let's go extreme. Let's go 50% just for like a test right here. And then I can just save that guy. Boop, 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 boop. And then if we go back into the Minecrafts. So we see this. Yeah, so look at that. Leaves support transparency on the pixels now, just not the ability to have lack of pixels inside them. Isn't that so cool? I feel like there's so many use cases with that. It looks weird when you take it down that far, like it looks like it just doesn't exist. That culling is kind of weird. That's from one of the mods probably. But that's really cool. Let's see if we can change this to like, I want to say like 90, go 95, so it's just barely not 100% there. Makes it lighter. Oh, ew, what is that? Ew. Why are we getting... Oh, it probably is just something to do with the clouds. Interesting. Jeez, there's a few issues with it. No, Zeros hasn't updated yet. Okay, so anyways, I thought we could do that, but I was thinking we take a few of these things and we M, Control X, Control V, and we bring them out to here. This is the other one to try. Well, that would be a merge down. And then like these get changed down to like 90, just so that like some of the leaves aren't fully there. Like that's the other thing that we could try. Well, I just want to goof around with this for a second. I don't think I'm gonna, I would need a lot more time to actually tailor in the numbers. But if you do something like that, you could add little extra pixels off the edge that kind of go off a little bit but aren't quite fully visible. But I don't like that, like that weird, like it seems to be only with the sky. So maybe it's the cloud pack that I have that made that more apparent. But let's just change this back up to hundo. All right, that's enough goofage around with this for now. Pinterest. I'm placing sand for 8 hours straight today. Any words of encouragement? Well, when I had to do that, but that was for clearing an ocean monument, I made a nice song that I could sing to myself called Sponge Torch Sand. So if you're really struggling, Ludo, you could try singing to yourself. But no, that's rough, dude. That's rough. Good luck. Why are you placing sand for that long? Let's see here. Hello, Pinterest board. Get rid of that. Y'all don't need that. Also, this is just a Pinterest board I have of a bunch of types of trees. I mostly want to make more pine trees today, but I also thought like doing something like this could be cool. I want to get a few like pine trees. I want to get a few of these like more wispy pine trees. Those types of things could be cool to try. I've also been wanting to try like a custom tree like this where we have multiple trunks out of it. So honestly, I think we could try this first. The leaves coloring on that one's kind of interesting, and the trunk's like really like gray. So maybe we try that. In fact, that song does help. Great. Kex, I've got like loose ideas, but I haven't really done much of anything for them. So we're gonna mess around with that, see where we can go. Get rid of that to clean that dude up. Let's start with a wall. For this one, this is probably like an andesite-ish angle. Maybe dude, this is where I'd love a stone wall. We need a stone wall for building trees. Come on now. And then we need to figure out the leaves that would go with this. These are kind of like I almost want to say it's like a jungle-y something. Like almost like a jungle and azalea angle. Because it's not quite the aspens that we have. But like something like that could kind of be interesting. For the fences and everything. I think if we go like full to the white side and get like our pale oak, it's gonna feel very much like an aspen. So I'm kind of thinking we need to like go from here to probably like, let's start with an oak for now, just for shaping, and then we'll see what we want to do with it. We can grab some glass to help us out at this angle too. Do you have any tips for building trees? You can watch me build trees for the next hour and a half and get some tips that way, probably, because we're gonna work on scratch on doing all of them. I love the little exclamation mark. It's reminders that I still need to make like blueprints and things of the exclamation marks are like a hey dummy, you didn't actually finish this tree. But here's my newer ones that we had with those little spiky boys. They're supposed to be like filler trees. How about a weeping willow? Pretty unique to your catalog. I'm looking for trees for a specific project right now that I want more varieties of, like kind of spruce and coniferous trees. We want coniferous trees today. That's the goal. Not deciduous. So I'm not too huge, to be honest, with what would they be called? Weeping willow trees. I've yet to find one in Minecraft that I actually like really like the look of that somebody made. That's like a big part of it. I'm gonna go with mud. We can make this look like there's no, that would probably be like at that angle, and those could kind of come into there. Yeah, something like this. Nope, I'm just getting rid of that glass pane. We're only using brown for now. We're doing our best of debug stickless custom trees. It's gonna be the goal. Favorite default tree, like Minecraft default trees? Probably the big spruce tree. Or honestly, no, acacia trees. I love the canopy on acacia trees. They look so good sometimes. I'm gonna just put these down here because I don't want them in my inventory. The branches on this tree I'm looking at, very much like they kind of go upward angled. So we need to keep that in mind when we're making stuff. And I think honestly, we're just going to do a lot of little branches. Like that can be up to there. This is probably going to be our shortest dude. Honestly, I might just leave them disconnected. It'll be fine. Azalea's lit though too. I don't like the flowering azalea in just adding noise. What about redwood trees? We could, I haven't really designed any like purposeful redwood trees. I would love to make some. The problem with redwoods in Minecraft is that in order to make a redwood tree like realistically sized, which I try and make trees semi-realistic, homie's gonna be big. Homie's a big boy. So I haven't really done much in the way of redwood trees, mostly because I'm just nervous about how much it's effort and energy is actually going to take to make a redwood tree. Raise that up. That can kind of stick out. I can do like a little. It's hard to get like the angle on these to make them like actually look decent, but I guess there can be a lot of just room for suspension of disbelief, I guess. Like if we do that, that can kind of assume a connection there. And then that can kind of just come out this way. This guy here needs to... I need another one that's going to come up a decent way. It's actually a pretty decent sized tree so far because we haven't even started the leaves yet, and that's going to bring ourselves up a lot more. Trees are the hardest builds for you. Yeah, trees are hard. Dry wall for trunk, maybe. I want to try keeping this one a little bit on the darker side. We're probably going to bring in some of this mess. Because a lot of trees really are gray. I'm just trying to figure out something that'll work with the fences. So we'll see after we start getting some shadows from the leaves in here. But for now, it's probably going to be like cobblestone and mud brick wall. To be honest. You know what I think I'm gonna do here? Do a bam and a bam, and just use that as a way to split the trunk here. But I was hoping I could, honestly, debug stick disconnect. A maze would be amazing. I don't hate it so far. I think this needs to get moved over. Yeah, I think it's fine. At least to like start leafing. What's that, Jody? Did you say something before, or you just say somebody else is playing? You were trying? No. Their video popped up on me a little while ago, like for like this person's uploading Minecraft every day, and it was not my vibe, to put it simply. That's cool that somebody else is doing like getting super involved in Minecraft though. That's fun to see. Yeah, I'm not too keen on those creators who are just doing, I'm playing Minecraft every day, and then they play like one in-game day, and then they just cut a 20-minute or 15-minute video of it, like uncut. Like that type of stuff is cool if you're a big fan of the person, but otherwise it's like, compared to other Minecraft videos, they don't really hold up to the quality that you can find in a lot of other creators. Especially like there's a lot of tiny YouTubers out there who make some absurdly cool Minecraft videos that put a ton of effort and energy into what they're making. So my YouTube algorithm is pretty tailored in now to get little one-off, as the kiddos would say, holy refresh pull. It might be best, to be honest, move this tree so we're not with a tree in the background. I think for my own sanity. Anything I forgot? Nope, but we're bringing the grass with us. Heck yeah. Oh. Okay, that's much easier to see what we're working with. I'm trying to do like less is more on my trees recently. I realized that's like my goal is less leaves, more shapeage. And really just kind of letting the branches that we've put in do their own thing. I don't like that being all straight. That's better. Lil Black Raven, I am not on TikTok. So if there's somebody who is claiming to be me on TikTok, it is not them. So I'm sure there's just another account stealing all my content and reposting it. I've tried to get TikTok to remove them, and they have told me that I have to make an account in order to, and then upload my content there in order to get copyright claims on it. So TikTok is rough, dude. Needs a little bit more out to there, maybe. Yeah, that front is just really flat. Yeah. No, TikTok does not care about creators. They care about getting content on their platform. But that's also the same with YouTube. YouTube would not give a rip if I was telling them copyright strike stuff if I was not also uploading my content to YouTube. So it's the name of the game. These people are making money out of your content. Oh yeah, but they're making pennies. I don't know. Maybe now that I'm doing shorts, I need to actually make a TikTok account and post over there. It's probably the smartest idea and easiest way to handle it. I figure if anything, though, there is some element of if they're posting there and showing my content all over, like it is just like free advertising for me. So it's not all bad news bears if somebody is posting my content somewhere. I don't like people doing it. Like I'm never giving anybody permission to do it. But like if it is happening, at least like I know it's my name and usually is over there. No, I've always refused to download TikTok, but mostly out of a side of I know for me I would have a very, very hard time pulling away from it. I struggle with putting my phone down at times. I get sucked into the apps and scrolling Reddit or social medias or whatever, and so I don't. The big reason why I don't post there is because I don't want it on my phone at all. To be honest, is I don't even want to have the temptation of having the option to scroll. I kind of like this tree. What do y'all think? I don't know how I feel about the cobblestone, but what if we did it as like granite? Ooh, I do like that more. And we're gonna go with this. No, let's try jungle. There we go. Dude, I'm so excited for the new Cinnabar. And the new, whatchamacallit? Sulfur blocks. Mostly Cinnabar for the red, and then the wall that we get with it. That red wall works really well with mangrove. Like, holy cow, mangrove fences with the base cinnabar wall. I learned the glass trick for the walls. Just testing out versions that'll work for me when I can't use the debug stick, and I got that. Yeah, I think scale-wise, this tree is probably pretty good. Let's clone this. I kind of have a rule. I know you can, if I'm building like a huge tree like that over there, everything's out the window, but I have a general rule where I don't try and spend more than 30 minutes on a tree, because then I'm just like really going in for the perfection, and don't really need that. Let's find another tree to work on. When can we get yellow leaves? I want yellow leaves. Scrolling. Here, y'all can see this. What do we want to try? I always do love these like watercolor arts that people do of trees. Like a pine tree, kind of like this one could be really fun to try, where it's almost like it's got like an arrow shape to it almost at the top, or like this one is much more extreme that way. This is very much like something that'd be in the depth of a forest. So I think we can try like something like this guy. That would be kind of cool. So we'll try that next. See what comes up from it. Because that would work along with a lot of these other trees that we have out here. Probably should move him like over to there, but whatever. We wanna, yeah, we probably want to full block the trunk. And then we're gonna just kind of, honestly, I'm just gonna grab the whole kit and caboodle here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, let's just go out here. Earned 70 over here. Norman's been climbing lately. YouTube or Twitch viewership? Can't you do that for your texture pack? Do what? Yeah, Twitch has been going pretty good. I've been honestly trying to push it more on since YouTube is being so YouTubey right now. I wish we had a better transition between that. Like, you just kind of have to be bite the bullet and be like, yep, this is where it just randomly breaks. I guess you could do something like this. But then the glass gets in there and that looks really gross. So I guess you can just like plan to have something like a branch or something in here. Oh, make yellow leaves. Oh yeah, I could do it in my pack, but I have to replace a different leaf, and I don't want to lose any of the leaves that I have already in the game. Large pot. Those don't render from far away though. Use to prop rim. All right, we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Sure. So if we were to take we were to take a screenshot of this guy, just so you can have a reference, the goal I'm going to try and go with here, I think is going to be like this sort of a shape towards the top. Like up there will be like pretty dense canopy of leaves. And then we'll skip a little bit, and like right about there, we'll have a ring of them. And then it looks like we have one of that. We have one there. We got one there, and we just got little teeny tiny things. And then we can have, we'll shrink that down. But yeah, something like that. It's just going to be little branches and leaves, but like really heavily towards the top. So that's kind of the vibe. No boat building. These are just pre-built boats. Raw boat material is what this is actually. All right, so we want to try and do that guy in here. Let's see if we do like a bam. That can be our top. We'll try and do like a what mishap the conversation. That's okay. You should post shorts about the 10 likes equal 1 tree. Mog Swamp did something similar. Mog did digging dirt, and that type of content doesn't work anymore on for shorts and whatnot. Too many people did it and then didn't follow through on what they said they were gonna do. That now there's no trust from the audience. So it's like, in theory, they could be cool. They're like, if I get 100 subscribers, I will place one custom tree in the world. Like, that type of content's pretty fun. I'd be down to do stuff like that, but can't really do it when there's 1,000,001 shorts that have said that they're gonna do it and then don't do it. So then people are just like, oh, here we go again. Or you get just honestly audience fatigue of that's already been done so many times that people are like, yeah, sure, buddy. Okay, we've seen other people do that. Come up with an original idea. It's kind of the other response that you get. So I don't currently recommend that any content creators do that. I don't really think it's worth it. I really like using trapdoors in spruce trees recently. It's been fun for doing branches just a little differently. Okay, so we want like a full solid block gap there. We'll still keep tinkering around with the top a bit, but I just want to come out here and try some things. Huh. Still just a little bear here. I don't want to do that. It's kind of cool. Thoughts? If we did like another little like I thought leaves were further off the ground, more trunk. Yeah, we could definitely raise it all up a little bit more. Yeah, what if we just tried... Let me clone it all, because I like this guy as is, to be honest. He's kind of cool. Oh, I'm going to take everything here. So we're going to clone. We got all of it. Yep, cool. Okay, so we can take him over here. And then we could say, what resource packs do I use? I used my own. Made it myself. Something like that. That needs more of a connection in the middle of it, though. That's not good. So we can get rid of this glass pane. Just extend that so he connects. Actually, we'll do a fence gate. Yeah, taller looks kind of better. What are these trees for? The new landscape we've been working on planning out this week. It's just kind of goofing around. I do like that. That left one's cool. I think you're right on that. Need a little extra height. I think also what I want to do here. I don't know if this will make it look too connected, but I feel like having a little extra line right there. Yeah. No, it needs to go down. Just didn't want it to be off the exact same. I don't like it. It's going to be left open. This angle. Yeah, I think I like it. Honestly, I could probably keep them both. If you ever need fallen tree or damaged tree inspo, I got great pictures today. Oh no, nothing on your house or anything, right? Hey Jordan, how we doing? Maybe that's a little, it's kind of giving like a weird like straight line right there. So I wonder if we'll just add that. Yep, that'll do. Purposely just trying to tweak them so that they're not the exact same. That kind of looks good, bringing that out just here for that side angle there. And then we could also do like a out there. Yeah. That I think needs a, nope. Cool. It looks like a tree. Barks like a tree. Probably is a tree. Let's go bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Ooh, this is a tall tree. This guy might be, he's good, but he might be a little too tall for our landscape. Oh no, he's actually not terribly tall. I do have to move my exclamation point up though. Nope. Okay. There's him. And we're gonna take this guy. Bam, 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 shablam, kerpow, kerchow. And then I'm just gonna rotate him once so that no matter what, it's gonna be fine. Cool. Means the tree has a quest. Yeah. A quest to add it to the landscape. Need to step up my tree game. Trapdoors, glass panes, so good. Yeah, you can get a lot of really cool stuff. I've even had some shelves used in some trees recently that I've seen are cool. Yeah, like I've got a shelf right here just for a little like C shape almost to it. Use slabs to bring your branches out. I'm moving more and more away from using fences on trees.
Hi fWhip. Hope you are doing well. Happy Friday.
And thank you so very much. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for the 34 months as a super fan. I really do appreciate you. Hope you're doing well today. Happy Friday. It's almost vacation. I'm almost made it. Honestly, I kind of think we want to have like an aspen tree. I think we want to. Results from your pins? No, I don't want results from my pins. I want a new one. Aspen tree. If you add some like moss blocks that add fluffiness, I've seen some people do like mossy cobblestone slabs and then moss with, that would be, oh, I haven't looked at string yet since I updated. How terrible is this? Oh yeah, that is a lot more transparent. Why the heck did they do that? Ew. Why is it not pixel consistent? Why is that? What? Since when? And then it gets less transparent when it's like that? Oh, right, I have. Why did they not make it? Why did they remove pixel consistency off of it? That's so annoying. Anyways, I've seen some people on pine trees use like mossy cobblestone slabs as like extensions for branches because it's kind of got that greeny color. So you can do that to get some branches in there and like make it look a little bit like there's like pine needles or something growing off of it. So it fairly decently blends with the tuff. You need a nap before vacation? You've been out 3 nights in a row? Yeah, I've been out since last Friday. I've only been home 2 nights. Yeah, Sunday. No, 3 nights. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I didn't go out. Aren't they going to increase the opacity? That is the increased opacity. Oh, Minecraft. Talking about things we want in the game. Oh, Minecraft. I want my eyeball aspen trees with their yellowy, orangey leaves, please. Or is that like clicking it? Yeah, let's see. Good poplar trees. No, not really. Birch forest trees. I just want like a single tree. That's not Minecraft. Not bad. I just kind of scroll until I find one I like, but so many of these types are just like of like the glen. Is it a glen or a glade? I don't know. The massive, a lot of them. That's hard to see any detail of a specific tree. Well, I guess I would birch forest, not birch tree. Ooh. 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 Okay, we got one. Sorry, Hades. What am I ruining now? Yeah, you can tell it's an aspen because the way it is. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Always gotta make sure you're packing when you're out in the woods. Blackstone button? We're not gonna have many places where we can place buttons, but they definitely could. I mostly use walls, to be honest. Just being dramatic because I'm not changing my mind that aspen trees are the best trees. Wow. You picking aspens over everything else?
Pleased to meet you.
Who's that? Kiki, thanks so much for for subscribing. I appreciate you. Look at that connection point line. Heck yeah. These are going to be some expensive trees. I don't think I'm doing that, to be honest. What I think is the best tree IRL? They're all good trees. All trees are good trees. Gotta protect them all. No, aspen trees are definitely up there. I'm a sucker for like a good, just like big oak tree though, or like a good maple tree. I think it'd be pretty cool. Or like some flowering trees, those could be pretty too. Okay, so this tree doesn't have like a top, kind of has like a out there and an out there, with this one being like slightly higher, it looks like, on that side. And there are some branches that like kind of connect weirdly and droop back down, like they're not all going at this upward angle. This is reminding me that I need to grind some pale oak wood. Gonna let the happy tree building play while I do that. Alrighty. Still got to make some more connections down here just because it's not right there yet. Where the art or the art of IRL tree? There's actually 3 trunks, but we only did 2. I don't think I can really split a third into here too well. I think we're just gonna say it's fine. Will this be too yellow and using for trees though? I mean, you can use yellow wool and stuff. I have one over here. That's that birch tree that I just replaced it all with, like yellow terracotta and all that. You really got to use a lot of glass around it to get kind of like a floofy look. I'm just not a big fan of this style of tree. I've also tried the orange. Again, just not a big fan. I really love trees that you can see the sky or see behind them. Those look good from like really far away. When you're like all the way back here, like it looks fine. It looks like a tree. But I try and make my environments for me walking around in the environments. So it gets a little samey. Or just not my favorite up close. We want to put a few like dark reliefs in here. I feel like he could. I know we did this one already, but
How do you pronounce ibuprofen?
right close to what it said. Ibuprofen. I don't know. Is there a weird way to pronounce it? I did like some mangrove in here. ODST, thanks for the donut, dude. Or was that a joke and I just did not get it? Copper grates and copper bars. Yeah, some people have done that. It just I've seen some successes with it, but it can also still just look a little metallic-y and I don't know. Yeah, I think of that little bit of the darkness in there.
Keep it real.
Chat this dude be profin limau.
I was like, what did I miss? What's going on? Where's it coming? What did I miss? How's it going? Sweepies. Normally don't drink too much, especially on weekdays. And Ren had the great idea of getting a round of bourbon for everybody. And I'm sweepies. Bourbon is definitely a Ren drink, yeah. He says his go-to is always a whiskey or a bourbon whenever he goes out. I was like, okay. Yeah, I definitely avoid brown liquors just because my stomach usually is kind of like a, "Ugh," but I was like, yeah, sure, it'll be fine. It's just one. And then I was fine last night. And then today I'm like, I'm tired. Kind of like a very much like a flat top of the tree. Like, there's not like a single point on it. There's like a bunch of like smaller points, but nothing. It's kind of got like a little woof woof. Practice safe day drinking. Oh, I can't. No. Even in college, I was like, nah, day drinking bad, dude. That's a I'm going to sleep moment, and I'm not waking back up at all. I have a lot of like stomach issues with, especially with alcohol, that like I get like all of the negative effects very, very quickly if I drink anything like more than a single beverage. I had just instant headache no matter what I'm drinking. And just stomach not feeling great, so I just don't drink that much anymore, if at all. It took me a solid few years to learn that was that, but now I'm just like, yeah, I just feel much better if I'm not. But now we went to this cool bar that I've been to a few times before in Seattle, that we walked in, and it kind of looks like a bar, like a biker bar from outside, and then you get inside and it's just chill Seattle bar. And we walk in and it's one of those bars where it's like graffiti everywhere, like every wall is full of graffiti or like people promoting shows or something like that. But then it's just the local Thursday night crew was there. If there was a group of people making friendship bracelets that they were gonna selling for like a fundraiser at one of the table, like 7 people sitting around a big table just laughing and making bracelets together. And then you go around the corner and Seattle bar, just like one of the walls is like all pride flags and everything, and you're like, yeah, this is a good spot. Like, I'm gonna have and then they had a pool table, and then they had just some arcade games and things. I was like, yeah, this is a good spot to hang. All right, I'm not loving this. This is not coming together as easy as the other ones. Any tips on building trees? Watch the stream. All we've done for the last hour plus is build trees. The shape is what matters the most. That's the biggest tip I can give. Definitely like really weighted on that side. I think I want a like low branch here that we can just do like a little into that balance. think it needs that third trunk. I was thinking we could maybe do just like squeeze one in right here. That doesn't really solve that issue too much. That needs to come down farther. No, I don't want it to come down any farther. That's still only 5 blocks above the base. So maybe we, instead of coming down farther than that, that just goes up. Okay, I think it's actually starting to get there. I want to try and cover up this a little bit though. Just don't like how prominent that trapdoor is. But honestly, like the dark part on the trapdoor actually kind of works with what we're going for. It's not really looking like the picture anymore. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Like if I saw this in a Minecraft world, I'd be like, yeah, that's a tree. There we go. There we go. I think that'll work. I think I might get rid of that. This is another good way to get like a reference on all of it. Yeah, the canopy was definitely raised up more. We kind of gravitated away from the tree that we were basing it off of. But that's okay, because I think we actually got a pretty decent tree. Is that okay being I'm looking at that like straight line. Okay, so we have a glass pane to remove.
Pleased to meet you.
Hi. It's been ages. I've been so busy with life. How is it going, fWhip?
What was that? Skylight, thank you so much. Welcome on back. 9 months. It's going. It's a going. We're trying to tree today. Where did I put that in? Like there, I think. Was it? No, up. Let's go. We're trying to tree. I think we're treeing. I think I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna do one of those. Yeah. Artistic licensing. Exactly. I don't want to make a perfect replica. I mean, look at that. That's definitely tree. That's 100% giving tree. What I do kind of want to try though, just real quick here, is if we take everything at this layer, just move it up one. Does that look better? Yeah, because we could do that. That all goes up. And then we could do that. That's kind of a flat line right there. So we'll do that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. We're going to delete this whole thing up here. We'll just do that last little move again on the one below. This layer here. No, it needs to pop out more. Yeah, cool. Okay, nice. Pretty sure that's the middle. Yep. Did Mojang change mob sounds? Yeah, there are new cow sounds. Yeah, there's a few new cow sounds, I believe. But y'all, I saw, actually what I haven't seen in the game so far, since they remodeled them. Ooh. How did anybody not like these? Dude, how did people not like these? Look at a little bump. Okay, that animation is a lot for it not moving very quickly. Oh! How did people not like them? And this little dude, love him. Looks like the bunny currently sitting behind me. You have a pet bunny? I didn't know that. That's cool. But yeah, the cows, they do have new sounds. His name is Chino, and he's a grumpy old man. Nice. One of my cousins has one of those like giant bunnies, like giant pet bunnies. I'm talking like the thing is like humongous. It has free reign of her house, giant bunny. Baby sheep. The sheep is there ain't much thought behind those eyes is what's up with the sheep, I think. There's not a whole lot of thought happening in that sheep. Golden dandelion field. I was thinking about it. They look kind of cool. I feel like they're a better wildflower than like a field. Okay, so those two can stay. Do we get a baby goat now? I'm pretty sure we have a baby goat. Yeah, look at him. Oh. Sorry. Okay, so that today is 1 new tree, 2.5 new trees, 3.5 new trees. Just like real sheep. Exactly. Yeah, they're trying to make more accurate mobs. Because those, I will say both of them. Love the new chicken sound when they die. You're supposed to say in Minecraft. I feel like this is a new type of tree that we have. And usually when I make a new type of tree, I'm always like, I need to make 3 or 4 versions of it. But I'm kind of curious if it would kind of, like, if we just grab one of these for a second. Actually, I could just make one. I don't need to deal with that. Do you kind of fit the bill with this guy? Yeah, close enough. This one's just kind of taller. Those are a little flatter, but they're close enough. I'm not too big on fantasy trees. I like my landscapes to be very realistic, or at least realism like adjacent. I did, moving on from trees, want to try building some rocks. I know. I want to try making rocks. I just pulled this up. Honestly? Whoa, that's cool. What if I click on that? Oh, isolated rock, stone, natural... Oh, it's an Adobe stock image. Oh, that's kind of cool that... Or you can like create an image with Adobe? I don't know. I've never seen that before. Don't you have a giant world tree though? Yeah. But different. Yeah, I feel like I don't put enough rocks in my Minecraft worlds. Everything is very much like cliff faces and things. So I wanted to try and make a few rock assets just that we could have for funsies. And we'll see where we can go on that. So I want to try and make it like 3 or 4 real quick, and then we'll jump back into the world itself. We're gonna start with purely just stone, and then we'll also use cobblestone. I don't think I'm gonna We'll think about walls. And I will keep gray and light gray glass on me. Bird poop rock. Don't hate the bird poop rock, man. Okay. Kind of going with... We need to set a scale first, but I guess we can kind of just, like, figure that out as we're going. I picked that one that I, like, briefly had pulled up there. I also need to make sure that, like, everything is hollow so that I'm not placing too many extra blocks when we're building these things. I guess if I do that and then do like a hollow brush, it'll clean it all out. It's kind of like a little crevice in it right there, so we could do something like that. This is where I want walls of stone, not cobblestone. I guess we could just do a lot of mossy cobble in there and that'd be fine. Make that and you get like a little like cut-offy section that's just like not quite as big. I'm gonna take that back, do that as like some... Oh no, this would be according to the rock, which we must follow the rock. I think I want to do like a that. And then it's gonna be like a this. It has like a little there. It's got like a that. This is getting too big really to use in the train. I think I'm gonna forego that extension out here. And instead we shall just do... You don't want to put two stairs next to each other because they can tend to look a little artificial at that point when you're rocking. So if you want to rock in stone, you gotta just rock and stone close together. You stay motivated to do such big projects quite often? I just enjoy them. It's honestly how I like to play Minecraft. Honestly, that's kind of cool. I don't think we're actually going to use much of the glass pane action. I do want to make them look... Ooh, maybe not that. Maybe we, instead of that, we do pale moss. Because then we can kind of control where the green comes in. And if we really want some moss, we can do that. Sunshine, welcome on in. I have to do small projects or burn out real fast. Just break bigger projects into small projects.
One of those sleepy days. It's snowing where I am, and I tried exercising in the morning. Def not for me.
Exercising in the morning is one you gotta get used to. Otherwise, for the first few weeks, your body will be like, "Oh my god, we've done so much already. I'm going to sleep now." But you might. I like working out in the morning now that I'm used to it. So I don't know. But Renee, thank you so much for the dono. Happy Friday, at least. Stone buttons. Dude, I feel like those like go like around it. I wish we had like a seagrass sized grass. Like, that's too much. I want a grass that's like that size. You see how much better that would be up here? I mean, I guess it is up on the tippity top. Maybe it just is dry grass. Practically summer. Where are you living? Where I'm living? Oh no, somebody else. Where I'm living, it is not. It's 51 degrees outside right now. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do that. Low grass that couldn't but decided to try anyways. Yeah. So that should work for this one. There's another rock that was here for reference. That guy was meant to be like that one. Kind of. You can see the inspiration a little. It'd need to be like more cut back in here, but that'd be like quarter block size at this scale I'm trying to keep it at. So it doesn't work out too well. I think I'm gonna try this next. See if we can get like little stack, big stack, and then like a flatter one in front. It'd be kind of good. And then we'll probably try like something like that. So. Whip's favorite block, Tough. Tough is just the perfect gray. Which is really unfortunate because it is so freaking annoying to get. Vertical slabs would go hard here, though. I will admit. Hey, Rofo, how we doing? That kind of comes forward here, but only ever so slightly. And then that could be like to here. Kind of doing it. Dreadful day, but a successful one. Yeah, happens. Hopefully, at least you're done. Can't see the back in the picture, so we are just going to be making it up. Actually, that can work there. Yeah, I think that kind of works. I really don't like cobblestone in anything other than being strictly a piece of cobblestone in like a road or a wall. I just find cobblestone is such a high contrast texture that it's just not fun to work with. If we did pale moss block to stone, what about tough to stone? There's really nothing in here. We could throw in... Do I want to throw coral blocks into my custom boulders? Well, the answer is yes. Do I want to put the effort of getting the coral is the actual answer. Like that, color-wise, looks much cooler. Oh, the fans. That's not a bad idea. Place them on anything, too. They look too much like a bird nest to me. Cobble works at a distance. Cobble from a distance is actually really, really bright. But yeah, it can work out pretty well. But like cobblestone from a distance, I'm pretty sure is brighter than stone. And even like brighter than andesite because the highlights really come through. Yeah, as you get farther away, it's brighter than stone. Which is funny, because so many people use cobblestone as, like, the darker end of their gradient. And then you go to stone, and then you go to andesite, and it actually should be flipped. Stone, andesite, then cobblestone. Or a lodestone in? Don't tempt me, those things are cheap now. You could actually do one, like, right here as, like, a ancient shrine or something. Not going to on this. That'd have to be like a manual place after. I really love lodestones. I'm so glad that they're easier to make now. Dude, if we had like nether sprouts, but grass, like grass colored nether sprout, that would be so sick. That'd be such a good block. I feel like this is a less is more situation because these are meant to be assets that can be pasted around. So the second you add like candles and all that, they start to look, they can make it look much more repetitive in the world. Whereas the goal is very much to try and make this be something that we can just kind of toss around. as we need. Okay, so I want to try one here. Just trying to make the material list bigger. I figured. It's already like 4 billion blocks, so it's fine. Honestly, I think just that for a third. That's probably pretty good. That lion trees, is that available for download anywhere? I need those. These are all available in my tree schematic for members. They're part of the... I tried doing a challenge of making a baby tree and then going all the way up to a full-grown tree and doing every version in between. So those are actually the same trees that are pasted right in. A lot of the ones that are pasted right in here. I just put them on there to display them all when I had finished. What was this song? Wasn't that Creator? Okay. I think these are pretty good. I kind of want to go goof around and see what it looks like if we put them in the world. So this is a Control C, Control P.
Pleased to meet you.
Down. Down. Whip. Mossy. Well, what do I call you? I think I call him fWhip underscore tree. I can't remember. Let me... Mossy. Boulder. Medium 1. I gotta go put it into a file. Assets. Nope. Is it in Axiom? Where are they all save again? Config, Axiom, blueprints. Yeah. Oh, I don't even put my name on them. I just put. I'm gonna go Mossy Boulder Medium 1. Mossy, Boulder, Bold, Medium, 2. Small 1. Hey, Arcane Gaming, how we doing? Welcome on in. Okay, these guys, we need to figure out what their tree type would be called. Let's go into here to this, And then this is gonna be a spruce probably. So those are whoever wanted that pack. If you do become a member and you get access to it, it's all the underscore growing. So this is about a medium. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go tree, spruce. I'll put these under sparse because that's what they are in here. So I have a lot. This will be medium 2 and large 2. Okay, we can do that. Tree. Spruce. Medium. Tree. Spruce. Sparse. Medium. 2. Tree, spruce, sparse, large, 2. I'm excited for that one. I need to figure out a way to use that soon. This being what do I have? Do I have alders? No, I have aspen. Nope. Oh, it's because I have spruce checked. They'd be under birch. What do I call them? What are you called? They're not under birch. What are they under? Oh, are they under acacia? I feel like they have acacia leaves on them, actually. Yeah, tree, aspen, small 1, medium 1, large 1. Let's call this an aspen bunch. Tree, aspen, large, bunch, 1. Birch. Now, what would this thing be called? I have them, the smaller ones that we're comparing it to are called an alder. This isn't, maybe this is kind of an alder. Jungle, alder, medium. So this would be a jungle, alder, large 1. Yeah, those are all gonna be nice to use. Okay, I'm gonna jump over into the other world. And we'll go mess around with these things. Oh, my back is so tight. Oog. Nope, that's the actual hardcore world. We want to go into creative. And we're already up here. Lovely. For those who missed last stream, we painted the mountains, and we've been working on where roads may go. And there's still a wee little bit of cleanup work and stuff that needs to happen, but Elder would look with azalea leaves on it. Just be pretty dang bright, to be honest. I think that actually fits in pretty well here. Looks like it belongs. All the new ones are just going to be at the bottom. This guy, I'm a little worried. This is the shorter one of the two. I'm still a little worried he's going to be a bit too tall. Nope. Nope. He looks good. I like it. Big tall tree up here actually works out really well. Let's see if we did like his friend right here. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, that looks really good. That's going to be fun to mess with. Oh, all of my annotations got erased, by the way. When I updated, I lost every annotation we had. So, like, that little shrine thing that we had put in here before, it's gone. The alder one? No, the other one. Oh, no, the alder one. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. That waterfall's beautiful. Thank you. It's been fun to work on. Is that ice? No. Okay. I was really worried there for a second. It's like, is there ice here? More rockiness back in here. Wait, why are you in creative? Because it's a copy of the world? This is how 99.99999% of hardcore Minecraft YouTubers plan their videos and do all of their builds. This is a copy of the world. This isn't the actual world. The one I'm really curious about is this guy. Oh, we never textured the trunk on him. Honestly, that's okay to have it being a little bit more emptied or just plain. Back to planning in the Alpine Village, the Valley. Yeah, I'm still kind of goofing around with it. It's getting there. I think I'm just kind of using this as like a mess around with this week as something to do because I'm excited about planning it out, but I don't know how long until this thing becomes a reality or not. Exactly, Sparrow. Went to go get food. Nice. Yeah, I might be jumping off to go get some food here soon in a little bit. But I wanted to see how I'm just worried that the boulders are like really, really big. We change this to like keep existing, and we just kind of merge our boulder back into it. This can kind of be like a ready-made, like bring it in and then we just kind of goof around with it type thing. So we do something like into here. And we just come along. Like that. Yeah, that kind of works. That's cool. And then if we were to take like... Wait. Wait, why did it not keep...
Pleased to meet you.
That's weird. Just been trying to get it to do a thing and didn't want to do a thing, and now I'm back here trying to do the thing. There it goes. Alex, thanks so much for the 4 months, dude. Really appreciate it. Always miss the streams. It happens. We'll still hollow all this out, so it won't be... Yeah, there's just like a little bit of fixing we're gonna have to do. Oh, I don't remember what that was. Whatever, you can be stoned. We need to keep all the terrain as solid as we can until we get ready to hollow everything. But yeah, like a little bit like that. And then we just have like this little rocky section down here that we can then goof with as we want. I think the rocks will work. I think it's still, it's not like a full perfect permanent solution to everything that I want, but I think a few well-placed rocks. We go like keep existing here. Yeah, that works. It's really nice. Yeah, I think that I want to have a lot more rocks along the river edge. I think we really need that. That's cool to know that everything that we built today is going to be used. It's always nice to know that everything that you spent the last 2 hours working on is actually going to be added into your world when you wanted it, instead of like, there's always like, you can add things in your world and then there can be like, okay, we have this, I'm going to use it later. I don't know where I want to use it now, but like, it's going to be used at some point. That guy's way too tall. I think one thing I also want to try and do is get more trees that have like thicker trunks, even if they're not taller. We need some with just like slightly thicker tree trunks to them. But that's something for later. I also have this tree, but it's kind of wonky. It's not my favorite. Got our birch bunch. No. Oh, I have these warm weather pine trees. These things are kind of fun. I don't know if they're gonna really like work in this area. Maybe we can have like a bunch of them somewhere, just as like some variation against everything else that we do. I also have this like weird pine tree thing that we made way long ago. It's very, very dark, but we could like dot like one or two of these into the forest and it might work for some variation, because we're going to be really needing that as we get farther and farther into this. So if we did like one of those right here, I kind of like them. I just never really have a great excuse to use them. So maybe we turn this into an excuse to use it. It's supposed to be a type of pine tree. What type? I can't remember. But it is a pine tree.
Pleased to meet you.
Can't wait to see this part of the world finished. Love it.
Me too. Glasscop, thank you so much for the 18 months, dude. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think that actually works in there with those. If you have my trunk on your tree, you should consider trying a bristlecone pine. Those guys are crazy looking. Huh. Yeah, I'll check it out. I don't want anything that's like just like a big chunker of a tree trunk though. Like, I want something that's just like, like see how that's just like slightly thicker? I feel like stuff like that is more of what we need. There, that's kind of cool. I don't think it takes away from the mountain behind it either. A yew tree? What type of tree are you? Oh yeah, those things are funky looking. I don't know if that really fit up here. Maybe I'm finding the... finding certain types of yew trees that almost look like a baobab tree, but maybe you're meaning something else. Oh yeah, we have these filler guys. They can just get tossed in here. This literally was the purpose for them. I wish there was a way of pasting, and this probably could exist if you're like really smart with being able to make like a script brush, but I want to be able to paste stuff in where it keeps the tree trunk, but it can like not paste in the leaves, if that makes sense. I feel like that could be a really, really helpful tool. Okay. That looks good from aerial view. Underneath, obviously, like we have to do the whole forest floor, but density-wise is half decent. Yeah. I think like I want like this area here and kind of probably over to here to be pretty foresty. I want a lot of this middle open space to be kind of more grassy plainsy, and a lot like down through here and probably a lot over to here. So like some like tree action up on this ledge, some tree in here, some probably dotted along the top of this and some along there. But like outside that, I really want it to be more open and like a few little like croppings of trees, but like the only really dense stuff will be kind of like a few spots here and there. Don't think the stamp tool can do that. Yeah, I tend to not use the stamp tool because I like to have a little bit more control, but it definitely can help speed things up. I think though, my friends, I am gonna jump on out of here and go get some lunch and get to work on some other things. So we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so very much for hanging today. I really do appreciate it. Y'all been absolutely awesome. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around while we got some tree building stuff going on, and it's coming together. It's coming together. Need fir trees? Yeah, we got a lot more type that we need to make. The problem is that we only have so many types of leaves in Minecraft, and after a while, you've used them all. So it's hard to just slight changes to the shape, but from a distance, that when it's in a forest makes it look very, very just noisy, I guess. So that's kind of the point that I get stuck at with a lot of it. But thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate y'all. For those who are not aware, I am going out of town tomorrow, and I'm gone for a week. So there will be a video next Thursday. It's already done and wrapped up and all that cool stuff, but no streams next week. And after that, we'll be back and we'll be doing some cool stuff up again and seeing where it goes from there. But thank you so much for being here, my friends. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, no streams next week. And we'll be back. Wow, Drift and Shelby actually are playing Fortnite this Friday. There we go. Fortnite Friday is happening. Where are we going? Who do we want to raid? Let's go. Who do we raid on Wednesday? Did we raid Linksy on Wednesday? I think we did. Let's just get raid Shelby. Why not? Throw you in on some super cool Fortnite Friday action with a bunch of the Misadventures people. So, you know, go say hi, and then I will never subject you to watching Fortnite. But thank you so much for being here, my friends. Jump on the raid if you can. Get some free channel points, all that cool stuff. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye. Nope, it's not working. My button to change the scene. There we go. It worked now. Okay, goodbye.